Good morning readers. I, Harish Budhu, warmly welcome you to my channel. Learn as much as possible from my handwritten articles.
This the 2nd of October, 2020. 151st birthday of Mahatma Gandhi today. Following the 13th April 1919 Amritsar massacre of some 547 Indians, Rabindranath Tagore renounced his British knighthood. And just think of the Mauritian bootlickers on the Diego Garcia issue. It was Gandhi's symbolic peaceful actions which were contagious and spread. Today is the 151st birthday of the apostle of non-violence, Mahatma Gandhi. You are now reading the second part on his works. It will not focus on his biography, with dates and various stages of his life. Like that of yesterday, it will rather highlight some of the most important and largely symbolic actions of his, which were contagious. Anyway, welcome to today's views. Best wishes for a nice weekend. Take care. But before proceeding further, consider the following points. A. We may be wrong with our views, the reading of the then situation, and their interpretation. Think for yourself. Think big. B. We are not an authority on the subject. And that even if we have read a great many books on Gandhi and written just as many articles on him, in the course of the last 5 decades and applied successfully some of his methods in our social, political and personal everyday lives. C. The aims and objectives of interpreting some of Gandhi's works are precisely, to revoke our thinking Facebook and YouTube family members to a good debate and some serious thinking, plus to spark off their imaginations for a much better life. D. Yesterday, we referred to 2 sets of books, some 90 volumes each, on the collected works of Mahatma Gandhi. The then President of India, Shankar Dayal Sharma, had donated one set to MGI and the other one to me. And just on passant, sometime in 1998 or so, an appointment with the President was cancelled. I was in Delhi. Come 1999. Another meeting with the Indian Prime Minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, was also called off. However, he met me in his house for some 45 minutes. Another appointment with Prime Minister, Rajiv Gandhi, was cancelled. All Mauritian Prime Ministers pressurized Delhi not to meet their opponents or socialize with them. Shankar Dayal Sharma realized it. It was no fluke or sheer coincidence when in 1998, he donated one of the 2 sets of the books on Mahatma Gandhi. Anyway, it all helps to understand the India of Mahatma Gandhi after his death. And last, we had highlighted 27 English expressions for young friends, especially students, yesterday. They matter a lot. 3. Let us not together discover and decipher some of the works of Gandhi, though they are just picked at random and they do not bear any order of chronology or priority. He was born in India and liberated the Indian subcontinent, but he now belongs to all ages and to the world. And not to India only. With the exception of Jesus Christ and Prophet Muhammad, Gandhi is believed to be the most known human being in the world. After his death, on 30 January 1948, the world has produced more of his disciples, among leaders, outside India than inside. Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela are the 2 most prominent ones. They put into practice many of Gandhi's methods to liberate their oppressed people. His hunger strike 1 is still used across the world. B. His liberation of India, after some 186 years of colonial rule, produced a chain of other events that led to the destruction or dismemberment of the sole superpower on earth. The empire was so vast, extending from the far west to the extreme east of the planet, that the sun could never set. India's independence in 1947 created a chain reaction. The British had to liberate all their colonies. All said, history says that all Gandhi's actions were meant to produce a chain reaction. One link in the chain influenced the other. Just imagine, he freed some 450 million people of the vast 4,300,000 square kilometers Indian subcontinent, then comprising of India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. India alone, some 3,287,782 square kilometers plus 390 million people plus 23 official languages, 122 major languages, 1,599 dialects, lots of castes, subcastes and religions, etc. It all begs the question, how did he succeed in pulling through? Do you have an answer? See, come the First World War in 1914 and the Second World War in 1939, Gandhi approved to send Indian soldiers in Europe, Africa and Asia to fight Germany and Japan. In sharp contrast, he did not agree with Subhash Chandra Bose, to use force to drive out the British imperialists from India. That because Adolf Hitler presented a bigger threat to the world. And India was but a ring in the world's chain. We are on 13th April 1919. There was a peaceful gathering in Amritsar, Punjab, at Jallianwala Bagh. The British soldiers opened fire on the crowd. Some 547 were killed, over 1,200 injured, old people, children and women were shot in the back. Gandhi refused to retaliate in kind. But instead, he redoubled his efforts and willpower, to end the oppressive British Raj very quickly, with even more aggressive non-violent means. And en passant, Rabindranath Tagore, renounced his knighthood following the 1919 Amritsar massacre. Think of the bootlickers in Mauritius. To be continued.
Keep reading, keep learning. Like and subscribe for more thrilling articles. Thank you for watching.